This is every single fish at the Walt Disney World parks. I love fish and I love Disney, and when I go to Disney, I'm looking for fish. I'd like to start with Hollywood Studios just to get it out of the way, because there are no fish in Hollywood Studios in the park as far as I know. However, you can go fishing outside of Hollywood Studios. There's more places that you can go fishing that I'm forgetting right now. I'm just gonna do a voiceover. We got Bay Lake, Seven Seas Lagoon, Village Lake, Crescent Lake, the World Showcase Lagoon, Fort Wilderness Campgrounds and Lodge, Caribbean Beach Resort, the Contemporary, the Grand Floridian, Old Key West, Polynesian, Port Orleans, and the Yacht Club. Let's get into Magic Kingdom, because who doesn't love Magic Kingdom? If you've ever been to Magic Kingdom, you're probably thinking there's no fish there, so let's move on. However, Rivers of America has little unidentified fish. They're either guppies or mosquito fish or something in that area, but I don't know, so I'm just gonna call them little mysteries. So we've got some little mysteries in the Rivers of America. We also have them outside of the Swiss Family Robinson's house in that little river that goes around it. So we've got them in Frontierland, Adventureland, Liberty Square. However, there are no fish in the future, apparently, because Tomorrowland does not have any fish. They're not in Fantasyland, which makes sense to me. I mean, fish are real. They have real feelings. Now we're getting into the juicies. Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna start with my favorite area with fish that features the fish and has a sign. Maybe even two signs. It's a pretty big deal. They have cichlids in the bird area on that little trail that I can't remember the name of right now. I'm gonna look it up and put it on the screen. They are African cichlids. They're gorgeous. They're very pretty colors. It's very heavily stocked. It's really pretty to look at. When did you get there? In all of those enclosures you walk past at the very front of the park, where there's just like random birds that fly in and out, there's fish in there. They're bigger mysteries. I don't know what type. If anybody knows, if you can just tell just by looking at this video, please let me know what kind of fish these are, because I don't. It's a big mystery.
Are we in there? No, we're just seeing the fish.
I don't know why that guy didn't care about fish, but in this deer-ish guy's enclosure, there's fish down in that water, and in this enclosure, there's fish in this water. You'll have to squint, but trust me, they're there. You see that, right? I'm not just crazy. And I don't know if this is an enclosure or just random water that you walk over, but there's big mysteries in there too. Ooh, ah. There's another area in Animal Kingdom that features fish and gives you a sign with information. It's for the shark catfish. I love this dude so much. He's huge. He's cute. And I want to give him a big hug. Every time I see him, I stand over there forever, watching him go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And let's not forget about the little guppies that live with him, okay? They don't get enough credit. They're not even mentioned on the sign. They're just extras, background actors. And you know what other guppies are forgotten about? In the flamingo enclosure. Where are those flamingos usually standing? In the water. And what's usually in that water? Little mysteries, okay? I don't know if they're really guppies or what, but they look like them and they don't get any credit. So here I am to give them credit. Shout out to those guppies. And let's not forget about the little mysteries in the ring-tailed lemur enclosure too, huh? There are also confirmed guppies in the otter enclosure in the water, and you can see them from the glass below and get a real good look at them. And lastly, for Animal Kingdom, we have Rainforest Cafe. There are multiple tanks in Rainforest Cafe. There's that big tube one that you can walk underneath, which is epic. And then there's the one behind the register where you get your stuff from the gift shop. They've got unicorn fish, and that's all I can remember right now, but you know, they got unicorn fish and they're my favorite, and shout out to all the others. Last but certainly not least is Epcot. My favorite park. I said it, it's my favorite. And you want to know why? A big part of that is because I love fish. And they have so many fish. They have the second largest aquarium in the US, in Epcot, in the Living Seas Pavilion. You ride Nemo, you get off, bam, you're in the second largest aquarium in the US. Pretty epic. Or if you don't want to sit through Nemo, like me, just walk into the aquarium from the other side of the building. It's great. There's also a restaurant called the Coral Reef, and it has windows you can sit next to that look into that huge aquarium. And I was fortunate enough to eat there with Jaden. He brought me there on a date and it was amazing. And here's some pictures. We had a lot of fun. There was this big stingray that sat next to us forever, and then when he went up on the glass, he took up like the entire window. A little bit more info on this aquarium. I have a list of every single fish I could remember that they have in there. Clownfish, blue tang, yellow tang, butterfly fish, goby, sunfish, cuttlefish, stonefish, starfish, shrimp, snails, hermit crabs, eels, sharks, manta rays, stingrays, sea turtles, dolphins, and manatees, which I was fortunate enough to witness poop and fart on the same day. Let me tell you a little bit more about this aquarium because I love it so much. There's a room with a bunch of cylinder-shaped tanks, and you can walk around. They're all aquascapes differently. This one's my favorite because there's a lot of pink and it looks very soft and squishy in there, and they have these little fish that look like they're wearing lipstick. Then you walk over to the manatee room and you're like, whoa, these manatees are so cute. Wait a minute, I can go upstairs and look at them from above too and watch them eat lettuce? Yes, please. To the right of that is the dolphin tank, which you can also see from above and below, but it's all underwater because it's so big and tall. You go past the dolphins, boom, there's the largest aquarium. How many gallons? Put it on a screen. The Nemo ride goes through the aquarium. The restaurant's attached to the aquarium. I love stuff like that where there's multiple attractions, like kind of intermingling in one area. You walk into that giant aquarium. It's on both sides of you. You're going down this hallway of aquarium, and then you get to this room and it's circular, and you can go around the circle and see all the fish around you. You're inside of the aquarium and it's cold in there, I just want to say. So we're gonna leave that circle area and go over to the nursery where they have more little small tanks, and they have cuttlefish in there. Those are the cutest freaking fish I've ever seen in my life. Look at them, and they're so cool too because their pattern moves on their body. How is that possible? I don't know. But they do have a little screen that shows videos of cuttlefish too, just in case. Okay, but the fun does not end there. In the World Showcase in Japan, they have a beautiful koi pond that I visit every time I go, even though it's all the way in the back of the park and it's a lot of walking to get there. It's worth it every time. Those fish are huge. I'm sure there's some expensive ones in there because I see them scales running down the spine. I know them's pricey ones, okay? Meow. 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 So we're gonna walk over to China. There's a pond out front of the theater with goldfish. And I seen a black telescope goldfish in there before, but recently I've just been seeing comet goldfish. And this last time I went, I saw these ginormous tadpoles. Huge, biggest tadpoles I've ever seen. Size of a kiwi. The Odyssey. There's water outside of it. Big fish, big mysteries. If I find out what type they are, I'll put it on the screen. Outside the land pavilion, there's this stream of water running down the incline, and I'd like to say there's possible fish at the end of that stream because I saw movement in the water, but I did not see fish with my eyes. I just seen movement. So, just a theory. However, you go inside the land pavilion and ride Living with the Land, that banana tree means you're about to have a good time because the next room is filled with fish. You got tilapia, bass, you got these giant freshwater shrimp in these tubes. It's amazing. And they also give you a good example of hydroponics. They have this little pond with glass so you can see the fish, and then they're growing food out of it. So yeah, if I missed any fish, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna make another video about every fish decoration at the Disney parks because there's a lot, let me tell you. I just rode Ratatouille for the first time, and there's the biggest fake fish I ever seen in my life. I also want to make a video about every fish in the resorts, although that will be a very short video because there are not many. It's usually just in the water outside the resort. But we can go into depth on what type of fish. And that's pretty much it. Big things coming, big fish coming. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Peace.